friend's deck. And I'm sure that your friend Carl, your friend Jane, they're going to be happy when, you know, they play their pet deck against your pet deck. But really getting right down to it, try to play as many of those top matchups as possible, including the mirror. We can see Ruben Bressler there putting the grand prize into the center. Alex Gonzalez down to 6 cards after a mulligan.
And Derrick has a full grip, so we're going to off to the races. Alex plays a turn 1 Temple Garden, and again, he doesn't have that mana exile. Let's see if Derrick can jump the curve here and play an Arbor for a pack. Yep, we see an Aberson Pilgrim on turn 1 from Derrick, so this is one of those situations where Alex is on the play, and he's, wow, no turn 2 mana guy either, so...
I mean, Derrick Roper, we watched a lot of his games. I've seen a turn 1 Mana Accelerator, turn 2 Mulch or Grizzly Savage every time. This is the first time I haven't seen that happen from Derrick.
Yeah, and Alex doesn't even have a...
Oh, but that works.
Alex doesn't have a Black Source yet, so we know Grizzly Savage isn't coming. Soul Collector, let's see, can we hit an Burial Rites?
What you got over there?
So he gets
a
Grizzly Savage.
Oh, there's a salvage.
So, you know... Not the... At least he didn't miss. There's a high percentage chance that you could miss with this deck because there are only 11 spells in the deck, or 12 rather, with the Sever the Bloodline. But so he hits a Grizzly Savage, and
Fiend Hunter and Thragtusk hanging out, waiting to make their appearance.
Okay, so I'm surprised he didn't actually play an Isolated Chapel and cast the Grizzly Savage. Instead of, oh, I guess he had the Forest. Yeah, he went turn 1 Forest maybe. So, interesting play there. Takes the Grizzly Savage. He does have a Thragtusk, so Alex is a little fortunate he doesn't have to contend with the 6 slime just yet. We're going to have a Thragtusk come down. Derrick will go up to 25 life.
Turn 3 Thragtusk is not shabby. It's not as good as turn 3 Acidic Slime in this matchup, but still a very powerful play.
Ooh, there's an Burial Rites. So it looks like we have an Burial Rites, double Thragtusk on Alex's side of the board. So let's see what Derrick plans on doing here. Derrick draws his card for the turn. We're going to have an attack. I think we might see a block and then blink my guy with Restoration Angel. Hope to hit an Burial Rites.
Is he lucky?
Oh, do we have a Grizzly Savage in response? We do.
Nice.
Very nice. So
land, Thragtusk, land, Resto.
All right, so not bad, not bad. You can get another Thragtusk if we choose, or we can get a Restoration Angel. Maybe if he has a land, he can actually cast it this turn. So he gets the Thragtusk instead.
It's going to be the mid-range fight. Thrag versus Thrag.
And Fiend Hunter lands. So Derrick manages to keep all the cards in his hand, and Thragtusk is effectively fogged for the turn. Alex is still sitting at 19 life. Derrick really doesn't have another play this turn. He could cast Fiend Hunter, but no real reason to just yet. He has another Thragtusk in his hand that he revealed with the Grizzly Savage. Don't believe he played a land this turn, so he could play a land. But beyond that, nothing really... Oh, so he does cast Fiend Hunter, targeting his Restoration Angel, targeting Alex's Restoration Angel. Wow, so no 5th land for Alex, so those Thragtusk are left stranded in Alex's hand right now. So let's see, can Alex put more pressure on Alex? Can Derrick put more pressure on Alex right now? Take advantage of the fact that he stalled on 4 lands. We're going to get an attack here. I can't imagine him not wanting to attack with everything. Maybe... So Thragtusk comes over. Oh, and just 1 Pilgrim. Interesting. So Pilgrim trades with a Soul Collector. And here comes another Thragtusk that he revealed last turn off the Grizzly Savage. So we have... Looks like... an Acidic Slime, so no 5th land for Alex, and Alex just concedes, facing down lethal damage next turn. So Alex, a little unfortunate there, had to mulligan to 6 and had a really bad start for the mirror match. Just no mana accelerants, a turn 3 Soul Collector, got a Grizzly Savage, but beyond that, he had multiple 5-drops just stuck in his hand as he was stalled on 4 mana. So we're going to have a game 2 here. Alex will be on the play again. hopefully he won't have to mulligan. But again, because Derrick was able to break serve, you'd have to say that things kind of switched to his favor now a little bit. Like that 55%. Now that 55 to 57% is probably in Derrick's favor now. So both players look like they're reviewing the deck list again mid-match to kind of see, what do I expect my opponent to do? Well, I expect him to do the exact same thing I'm doing because his deck is exactly the same as mine. So should be able to be pretty straightforward for both players in terms of what they want to do.
And besides these two, who have come through many, many players, 448 players behind them left in the dust in this 450-player 10-round tournament. Lots of winners. One more winner out there. We're going to give away 1 free year of Star City Games Premium. Now, this is a great prize. You should definitely already be reading Premium. If you're not, well, here's your chance to get it for free for a year. If you're already reading Premium, we can tack it on to the end of whatever you've got paid for already. And how do you do this? Hashtag SCG Premium. If you tweet that hashtag with the correct answer to a trivia question that we ask you, one lucky person amongst all of those that are here will be selected to receive 1 free year of Star City Games Premium. And this one should be very, very easy for those of you who have been watching this morning. In the finals, we have Junk Reanimator facing off against Junk Reanimator. What deck archetype did both of these players defeat in order to be here in this finals? If you answer this very, very easy question, I tossed you a softball with the hashtag SCG Premium. One amongst you will be selected to win 1 free year of Star City Games Premium.
That's quite the softball.
I know, I know. You know what? It's early in the morning.
It is early, yeah.
I'm going to make it easy on you. If you've decided to watch some SCG Live, watch some great Magic all day, and you're here watching, I'm not going to make it hard for you right now.
Yeah, you know, that's nice. It's very generous of you.
Oh, thank you. We're going to go back to our match in progress, and they're going to their sideboards right now. And Derrick Roper jumped ahead in mana very, very quickly there that game. Alex Gonzalez was not punished initially by that jump ahead, but then failed to get to a 5th mana, failed to drop his own Thrag Tusk, and was overrun essentially by, you know, essentially a mid-range board presence. There wasn't any reanimation action. It was just smash you with big good things.
Yeah, and I think the fact that Alex is going to be on the play, as long as he gets a reasonable draw, you'd expect things to kind of shift back to in his favor a little bit because he's on the play. But you know, Derrick's up a game now. He's going to be able to play first on game 3 if he does lose this game. So, you know, being able to break serve, very important for Derrick here because both players are effectively, they have identical decks after the board. They all have the 4 Acidic Slimes. They have 3 Deathrite Shamans. They're going to have those Garruk Relentless to go after the mana. So they're both going to have 2 copies of Sever the Bloodline, or at least 1 copy in their deck. So things are going to be a lot more even after board. None of those silver bullets that either player has for game 1 are going to be as important in game 2.
Now, obviously, with 1 game up, Derrick is at a huge advantage. This really puts, if we consider this a 50-50 matchup, this means that he's a 75-25 favorite here, at least 30% of the time.
That's a lot of stats there.
Yeah, I know. I'm throwing out there for funsies.
It's a little too early. A little too early for those kind of stats.
Yeah, the 30% of the time, that was just a made-up number, by the way. And so are those other numbers slightly.
So both players shuffling up, and you know, it's interesting that they're. It looks interesting that Derrick's thinking about this long because I have to imagine that this should be one of those matchups that you're an autopilot for. You know, you bring in what you want and you take it out. You should know this matchup inside and out. Like, it shouldn't take you this long to sideboard. It just shouldn't. Especially because you know what you're playing against, and you know exactly how they're going to be sideboarding because it's the same deck. You know, these players should be on autopilot in terms of what cards they're bringing in and bringing out at this point in the game.
One of the things about, I think, the top 8 of these events, we often see, I think, an overly long sideboarding in the feature matches. And I know that for me, I am a stickler on 3 minutes when it comes to sanctioned events. We were talking yesterday about how people kind of frown on certain kinds of things, and you know, I've had people be like, "Why are you trying to get in my head?" And I'm like, well, "There's only 3 minutes to sideboard, buddy. Yeah. You know, you got to make some decisions here, and if you don't, I'm gonna tell you make the decision, or I'll call a judge." You know, like, it's one of those things where if you really know your sideboard, if you really know your matchup, you should be able to get that done in that time.
Yeah, you know what got you here. This is the finals of the tournament. You've played, what, 13 rounds now. You clearly have a strategy. Just stick to it. Don't overthink yourself. Looks like both players are going to keep their hands. Derrick's still debating. Yep. So both players are going to keep. And turn 1, Deathrite Shaman from Alex Gonzalez. So one of those key cards in the matchup, but it isn't a mana accelerant just yet. We don't have sack lands in this format. So Derrick has a Deathrite Shaman of his own. Doesn't look like Alex appears to have a Grizzly Savage in his hand, so Deathrite Shaman could potentially get turned on for both players pretty soon. We'll see what he does here. It looks like we have an Acidic Slime, a Thragtusk, a couple of lands, so we do have a Grizzly Savage. Interesting that he would choose to cast Grizzly Savage in his main phase.
Maybe hoping, did he draw an Arbor Elf or something? Maybe he's hoping to cast...
yeah, maybe he's hoping to try to hit an Arbor Elf.
I don't see... yeah, he could hit an Arbor Elf and then potentially cast it off of a land in the graveyard.
That is the shiniest 5 cards ever revealed. I believe there's a Sever the Bloodline there. There is another Grizzly Savage and maybe a Deathrite Shaman? So yeah, he immediately puts the Sever the Bloodline and Grizzly Savage away. There's an Angel Serenity, a Deathrite Shaman, and a mystery card.
For all I could tell, that's a foil in City. I don't know. Angel of Serenity is selected.
Angel of Serenity is selected. He doesn't want to lose it to the Deathrite Shaman. So Angel of Serenity goes into the grip, and he passes the turn back. So 2 Deathrites and a Sever, or 2 Deathrite Shamans, and Sever the Bloodline along with the Grizzly Savage with the cards that were revealed. So an Arbor Elf from Derrick allows him to jump the mana curve, so to speak. He now has access to 3 mana. Next turn, potentially 4, potentially 5 if Deathrite Shaman can get going. Looks like he's going to activate Deathrite Shaman, removing the Sever the Bloodline, dealing 2 damage to Alex. Alex draws for the turn. Looks like there's a Derrick.
That's a good one.
But there's no lands in either graveyard, so Deathrite Shaman cannot be used to add mana right now. So Derrick is basically just stuck on 2 mana. He plays a Godless Shrine tapped because he has no other plays really. Debating whether or not he wants to attack. Decides to attack.
Nope.
Instead of, oh no, he's going to remove Deathrite Shaman to gain 2 life. So Derrick untaps for the turn, draws. Does he have a Garruk of his own? Garruk here would be huge. He'll be able to kill the Deathrite Shaman.
Access to 4 mana here. Deathrite Shaman unable to make mana currently. No cards, no lands in any graveyard.
Yeah, and that Arbor Elf was huge last turn for Derrick. It allowed him to jump the curve on Alex, but it doesn't look like he's able to... Yep, it looks like we're just going to see an activation of Deathrite Shaman here. He removes Alex's 2nd Deathrite Shaman in the graveyard, gaining 2 life, and then attacking for 1 with the Arbor Elf. So, pretty fortunate there for Alex. Now he's going to play a Garruk and deal with the Deathrite Shaman. Wow, I'm surprised he killed the Deathrite Shaman and not the Arbor Elf. I think I would have preferred to just kill the Arbor Elf to keep Derrick off of 5 mana next turn.
I'm with you on that one. I mean, now let's say an Acidic Slime were to come down, just for the sake of argument. It could cascade with a Restoration Angel into more pain.
Yeah, I mean, a number of terrible things can happen, but let's see. Acidic Slime does come down. It's going to take out one of Alex's lands. This will turn on the Deathrite Shaman on Alex's side of the board, so he'll still effectively have access to 4, potentially 5 mana next turn, but let's see.
Alex Gonzalez.
Because like, you don't really need to kill the Deathrite Shaman just yet. I think if you kill the Arbor Elf and you have another Garruk in your hand, I don't know. Tough play there. Alex stuck on 4 mana, even though he has the Deathrite Shaman. He doesn't draw a 4th land. So can't cast an Acidic Slime in his hand, can't cast a Thragtusk. He just puts a Wolf token into play from the flipped Derrick. So is Derrick going to be able to capitalize on the fact that Alex doesn't have anything going on? It looks like he does have a Restoration Angel in play. So we could see a blink of the Acidic Slime. And we do. So surprised he doesn't choose to attack first or do it on Alex's upkeep. But either way, pass the turn back. Grizzly Savage gets removed to dome Derrick for 2 with the Deathrite Shaman.
We see a Death Touch Wolf, a Deathrite Shaman, a Garruk at 2 loyalty, and 2 land. He just drew a 3rd land. And
it looks like it's a Godless Shrine, but he only has access to 1 green right now with that Deathrite Shaman, because his other lands are Godless Shrine and Isolated Chapel. So,
ouch. Take 2. He can make 3 or 4. 4, because he's got the land in the yard.
Yeah, it looks like he can make 4 mana right now. If he activates Deathrite Shaman. So we're going to get a sacrifice. So we're gonna get, looks like maybe he's thinking about maybe a Restoration Angel. Maybe a mana creature. No, he gets a Restoration Angel. So he'll at least have a play that he can make this turn. And it allows him to protect his Garruk, because he can block Derrick's Restoration Angel. So Derrick draws a turn. He does have a Fiend Hunter. He might want to Fiend Hunter that Deathrite Shaman to really... it's effectively going to be a Stone Rain, because Deathrite Shaman is one of the ways that Alex can use to get mana this turn. So Restoration Angel comes down, and Acidic Slime comes over as well. You'd have to imagine we're going to see the Restoration Angel come down, try to block the other Restoration Angel.
There goes the mana.
Here comes Restoration Angel. I believe, I would have to imagine both creatures are probably attacking the Garruk. We can get a confirmation on that, but I would guess they're both attacking the Garruk right now. So Alex does have the option to try to save that Garruk if he chooses, but he would lose his Deathrite Shaman. I don't think he wants to do that. And yep, Garruk dies, and Restoration Angels bounce off each other, and the Deathrite Shaman stays in play. Does Derrick have access to double white for the Fiend Hunter, though, to take out that Deathrite Shaman? Doesn't look like it. We might get a Grizzly Savage, though, to try to find a white source. Angel. Ooh, so interesting. Does he want that Temple Garden, or does he just want a Restoration Angel so he can blink the Acidic Slime again?
I don't mind the Restoration Angel.
Yeah, so...
I mean, to me, this game has all turned on the activation by Alex Gonzalez of Garruk Relentless to take out Deathrite Shaman from Derrick Roper, and instead of the Arbor Elf, which has cascaded a Acidic Slime Restoration Angel situation such that Alex is really struggling on mana, choked out a little bit here. I think this could be a very different game.
Yeah, the game's completely different if he takes out that Arbor Elf instead of the Deathrite Shaman, but we'll see. Things
it's not over yet.
It's not over yet. Yeah. Derrick has a couple of options here. I don't hate taking the Temple Garden, but it looks like he's probably just going to take the Restoration Angel, get another guy out there, and deal with another land. Oh no, he takes the Temple Garden. Feels like getting rid of that Deathrite Shaman might be more important, which I can't fault him for. Deathrite Shaman is the one thing that basically gives Alex access to green mana right now, and either taking the Restoration Angel or the Temple Garden, either way, you're effectively keeping Alex off of mana, but this play keeps him off of green mana. So I like this play. And it looks like we're going to get an Umbrella Rights. Oh, he has an Umbrella Rights in his hand.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's much easier than...
Well, I mean, there's that.
Interesting. Okay.
And Alex is like, that's all she wrote.
All right, so Derrick wins 2-0 and managed to be the Star City Games National Open Champion.
Congratulations to you, Sir Derrick. Derrick Roper here on the left, a quick 2-0, and Alex Gonzalez trying to get a second victory with the boogeyman of the format. His last time, that was with Cawblade in Louisville, and this time, unfortunately for Alex, it's going to be Derrick smiling instead, and in Derrick's point of view, it's not unfortunate at all.